Hey there, welcome back to Sawdust and Cornbread. I'm Laura Lee. Today I want to share with you how I saved thousands of dollars on this pottery barn style find. It was a consignment find at a local thrift shop. It has great bones. It does have some dirt and surface stains that we're going to take care of. I started to get one of the Shark stain machines that's portable. It's about $100, and after doing research, I decided that this is a better way of going about it, and I'll explain to you why I did that in a while. First thing you want to do before you bring it in your house is check for bed bugs. Bed bugs are not just in beds, they can be in any soft plush furniture or even in the frame that soft cushions have been on. Because if you're like me and you like to save money, then you like to thrift, and that's an important skill to know. The way we're going to accomplish that is by using a shop vac. A shop vac has much more horsepower than any on the market steamer or stain remover machine that I am aware of. Most shop vacs have anywhere between 4 and 10 horsepower. Those things have a lot of suction, and they're going to get that dirt out, and more importantly, they're going to get most of that moisture out, and it doesn't give an opportunity for mold, mildew, any kind of spores or bacteria to grow. After I kick these guys off the couch, it's time to start cleaning. Nope, that's not gonna work. You gotta get off, buddy. Take the long route. In my case, they're the kind that zip off. I would prefer, as long as the padding and the cushions are clean, not to get those wet. Now, I understand a lot of times these are not removable. If that is the case for you, you definitely want to use a shop vac. I'm just going to put a little mark on here. This way I'll also know which side was the front. I'm just going to do a little one right there so that I know. And then in here on some of this binding on the inside that I won't be able to see, I'm going to put a little one there as well. That way I'll know which cushion goes with which cushion cover. And again, that gives you a chance to inspect, and this is just in fantastic condition. It's like this has never been used at all. And if you keep an eye out, there's always a chance you'll find one of these. I have been looking online, Marketplace, Craigslist, for a Pottery Barn style couch for a long time, and I couldn't believe it when I found this in our local thrift store. Thriftwell is actually a very good cause, a very good thrift store to give to, because it's a recovery program for those who have suffered with alcoholism or drug abuse. It helps them get back on their feet and then gives them a job, and it's just a great purpose all around. I just found out that Thriftwell also has an online eBay shop, so I'll also put that link down. I don't get any commissions or anything from that. I just think it's a really great cause, and that way no matter where you are, you can still check Thriftwell out and give them some support. I found something interesting as I was taking off these cushions. There is a stapled tag on here that reads, "Roll arm sofa, end back pillow." So confirmation I'm on the right track. Label those pillows. Since this has it on there, I'm not going to have to label that, but I will put something on the binding or the tag inside the pillowcase so that I make sure I get that pillow right back in there. Good job, whoever that was. You don't want to tear tags off, which is very convenient and very tempting, but always grab some scissors or some fingernail clippers to take those off. That way you don't rip a larger hole. Now, some of these are stapled or attached all the way through to the other side, so I can either cut them from this side and leave the tag in there, or cut them from the other side and make sure to pull that out. I'm going to opt for the latter, just because I'm kind of OCD on tags and I can't stand the idea of the plastic being on inside the cushion. Everything else on the couch is attached, so I will have to clean it in place. I have literally saved $1,000 or more by finding this couch at the local Thriftwell. Now let's get it cleaned up. I'm going to turn them inside out. My reasoning behind this is the stains or the dirt has come from the outside and worked its way in. I want to do the opposite and work it from the inside out. In my mind, that makes the most sense. If you want to do it another way, that is fine as well. We're going to allow these to soak while doing the parts of the couch that can't come off. I did a whole video on how to repair zippers. You don't always have to replace them. Normally you don't. There's a way to get it back on track or to get it to stop sticking. So I'll post that link up there, and I'll try to remember to put it in the comment section below as well. I'm going to be using this Shark Pro bundle. This is normally what you would use with the Shark machine, but today I want to show you that you don't have to have the expensive machine to do this. We have the Oxy Multiplier Shark Deep Clean Pro. Put a link to these in the description of the video so you can use these as well. The reason I like doing this manually rather than using the Stain Striker machine, for one, I'm saving $100 on the machine. But I truly think this method is more effective. If I'm using a spray bottle, I can put it exactly where I want it to be without leak over, without missing spots. The second reason is the suction. You're gonna suck a lot more moisture out of that than you ever would with one of these portable machines. The trickiest part, since we're doing this manually, is figuring out the right ratios of each of the cleansers and the water. Well, I've done the hard work for you. I went online and broke down the formulation, and I have the percentages. I'm making 26 ounces total in my spray bottle here. I'm going to use these percentages for that, but they'd be the same if you're making 3 gallons. I'll explain it in a minute. It's easy elementary math, okay? For the Oxy Multiplier, it's going to be 23% of your total amount that you want to make. For your Deep Clean Pro, it's going to be 6% of the total amount you want to make. And then with your tap water, as hot as you can get it from the tap, and you're going to use 71% water. Now, an easy cheat is there's an online calculator I'm going to put a link to in the description section, and all you do is you plug in the total amount of whatever you want to make. This says 26 fluid ounces. So I type into that calculator, what is 71% of 26? And it's going to tell me that that is 18.5 ounces. So that's how much water I'm going to use. Then I will ask the percentage calculator, what is 6% of 26? And it's going to tell me that number is 1.5 ounces. And that's what I'm going to use of the Deep Clean Pro for my 26 ounce spray bottle. So I type into that calculator, what is 23% of 26, and it will tell me 6 ounces is the number I need to use. So I'll be using 6 ounces of this for my 26 ounce spray. So you understand, you can plug that into however much you want to make. Just break it into ounces. All right, so there we are. We're right at our 26 ounces in our spray bottle. I'm going to put them inside out in the sink and use my spray nozzle to spray them down with warm but not hot water. Hot water has a nasty habit of setting stains in that normally could be washed away. And also we don't want to fade the dye and the color of the fabric. I left all of the pillowcases here inside out soaking in water. And you can see on the surface of the water, there's a layer of dead skin cells and a film of oil that has come to the surface. Once the cushion covers had soaked for a while, I put them in another sink so they could drain out, and I treated them on the inside with a general spray of the solution that we just mixed. This is going to allow it to soak in there better before I do the final treatment and vacuum those. I'm going to let those sit in the sink and just kind of baste in that solution. I'm going to wear some hearing protection because these shop vacs are really loud, and if it's particularly dusty, you may want to use a dust mask at first. I'm just going to take the upholstery attachment that has the brush on it and run it all over the couch to get any loose dust off the surface. This is a good measure before you apply water so that you don't accidentally soak dirt that's on the surface down further into the cushions. Next, I started spraying the solution on there evenly and using my small upholstery attachments to remove that. You really want to focus on those arms on top of the armrest and in front, where cruddy little fingers may accumulate some muck and dirt there. Go over that several times using the attachment. If you have any doubt that the solution's doing its job, take a look here at the spring cover on the seat part of the couch. You can really tell the difference where it's removed all of the dirt that had set in. Now back to the sink to finish up the seat covers. I turned them right side out, gave them another spritz of our solution, and began vacuuming out the soiled water. You can see here what a difference that makes. It was a bit time consuming. In the future, I may just leave those covers on the couch, seeing that I'm not going to fully saturate them after this first initial cleaning. I think I'll be able to get that off fast enough that it won't soak in. So here's the couch before. You can see some surface stains and dirt and definitely some grime there on the armrests. And afterward, it was a great result with a nice clean dry couch. All the stains have been removed. It looks brand new and I've saved thousands of dollars. I do hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, be sure to post them in the comments section. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and I'll see you next time. God bless.